Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing fabulous, keeping safe and looking after each other. Now today we are talking cut creases. Now cut creases can be used on the eyes to create a really dramatic effect, or they can be used just to give a really nice subtle look for the daytime. Now there are many ways to do a cut crease. Some people like to just use shadow, mark it out with brushes. Some people like to use the concealer. However, I used to use the concealer and I have found as I've gotten older, particularly as I've headed into my 40s, it's a little bit more difficult to use the concealer when your eyelids are slightly looser and moving around all over the place. So I'm going to teach you how to do a cut crease using a spoon. So the first thing I'm going to do before we get going is to prime my eyelids. And I'm going to use my old faithful MAC Prep and Prime. So I'm going to quickly do that now. So with primed eyelids, I'm now going to look at my transitional colour. And I'm going to use the colour that I use quite a lot for a transitional colour, which is Rule by MAC, which also needs a clean. Clean your products, people, because it's actually works really well as a transitional colour. So what we do is go in just above the crease line. Remember to take off that excess. And we're going to take it all the way across here. And then we do the other eye. So once you have your transition colour blended in, we're now going to look at the rest of the eye. Now, if you were going to do a cut crease with a concealer, the next step you would do is to take maybe something like this, a nice angle brush, and you would work on putting a sort of darker colour in the crease line, ready to put that concealer on afterwards. But because we're going to use the spoon effect, we're actually going to do it the opposite way. So we're going to do the lid first, and then we're going to do the crease after. So I'm going to go for quite a bright look today, which means I'm going to use the palette that is the brightest palette I own, which is the NYX Ultimate Edit. NYX do edits of all their ultimate palettes, which are basically just smaller palettes. So for the lid, I'm going to go in with this lovely kind of peachy colour here. So using a flat eyeshadow brush, I am now going to go into that lovely colour just there. I've got the Lion King in my head today. What's that about? And we're just going to take it all over the lid, like so. Now don't be afraid to go heavier if you want a more vibrant colour. And of course, a really good trick to make that colour more vibrant is to pop a bit of setting spray onto your brush beforehand. So once your lids are covered, we're now going to look at the crease. Don't worry if you've got a little bit of spillage or it's not quite even at the sides, that's absolutely fine. Now the colour that I want to use in my crease, just to really ramp up the vibrancy, is this beautiful purple shade here, which is so nice. And what I'm going to do is basically put the spoon over my eyelid where I want my crease to end, which is about there. And now you'll see that there is colour that I put on before either side, but that's fine because it's going to get covered up with the colour that I'm putting on now. So I actually do want to keep my corner the same there. So I'm just going to pop that there. And then using a blending brush, I'm going to take some of that purple colour and start working over the spoon like this. Now don't worry about blending this colour out completely right now. All you're doing right now is getting that line, that cut crease line, to separate the colours. So that when you then take the spoon away, in fact I'm just going to go a little bit heavier on that, just so we get a real good defined line. Don't push too hard, by the way. I just pushed too hard then and really hurt my eyeball. So that when we take the spoon away, we've got a nice defined line between the colours. Now you can start to soften up the edges of that purple. So I'll do it again on the other eye just to show you. We've got that colour on already. Oops, I literally just punched the camera by mistake. Oops. pop our spoon back on. Just there. This isn't easy, by the way, when you wear contact lenses. And then we're going to go over again. This actually makes my vision go a bit blurry doing this because I wear lenses. But it's worth it for the effect. So I'm just going to put a tiny bit more on. Whoopsie-doo. And take that spoon away and you can really see the difference between the colours, and then blend again. So I'm just going to pop some of this lovely purple colour onto my lower lashes as well. Sorry, the lower lash line, because obviously we want to carry on that look because it's going to look beautiful. Now with this look, I also want to use liquid liner because it's going to look really beautiful with that cut crease. So I'm going to use my good old Too Faced Better Than Sex for this look because it really does make a nice wing at the sides, which is what we want for this. So with my liquid liner on, I'm just going to pop a little bit of highlight into the corners of my eyes and on my brow bone. And to do that, I'm going to use my Anastasia Beverly Hills Nicole Guerrero palette, because it's got a lovely colour in there that I think is going to look fabulous. So I'm just using this colour here, 143. This palette really needs a clean, by the way. I'm just popping it in to the inner corner there. And a little bit on the brow bone to highlight that. And then mascara. Now the mascara that I'm going to use for this look is actually the L'Oreal False Lash Telescopic, if I can find it. There it is. I really like this mascara and it's actually pretty good. It's about a tenner, but it's a really nice one without being too sort of cakey. It's quite good for lower lashes and you can build it up on the upper lashes. So I'm just evening up the eyes a bit now, guys. Just making sure that that purple is blended in softly on the edges to give us our final look. So that completes our cut crease, guys, using a spoon. I hope you found that nice and easy. Please do it yourselves and let me know how you got on. Now, if you have enjoyed what you've seen in today's video, please do give it a thumbs up. Please do hit the subscribe button and also remember to hit that bell so you get all my notifications as well. Until next time, guys, take care.